talking about the Lend-Lease Act. We were not actually in the war because when Franklin Roosevelt was here during the First World War as an Assistant Secretary of the Navy, he got a taste of war and he doesn't like it, so that's why he tries to stay out of the war. This bas-relief here is called December the 8th, 1941. So the day before, of course, the Japanese attack had happened on Pearl Harbor. So Roosevelt is talking about the day of infamy. Yesterday, December 7th, a day which lives in infamy. This is what happened, and this is what we're going to do about it. So that you guys, here you guys are. You're being checked out by the doctors. The doctors found out you all are okay, so you're getting sworn in. Here you all are, basically in your underwear. You have your boots on, you have your helmets on.
How embarrassing.
But you don't know how else to put anything else on. So
they just felt you to see if you was warm.
Huh?
If you was warm, you passed.
If you were warm, you passed. That's right. Now then, since this is the Pacific side, of course, all of these guys are going to be destined to go out to the Pacific Islands. So these guys are checking in and they're going on this boat. But we need to build a boat. This is one of our home front scenes. So in this memorial, we not only talk about the European theater and the Pacific theater, but we talk about what's going on in the home front. Because of Lend-Lease, because of Pearl Harbor, because we're actually now into the war, we need to have some ships. So anywhere along any one of our coasts, you have a lot of shipyards going in. So these guys are building the ships. And then, Frank, since you do a little bit of grain farming.
Yep. That's a thrash machine.
That's a, yeah, and here's a thrasher right here. It's invisible, but it is here. And what do we have here? Do we have, Frank, do we have wheat? Do we have both?
Oh, could
barley?
be either wheat or oats or barley.
Barley, that's what I tell everybody anyway.
And they'll know what it is.
That's right. Anyway, it's going to become food to feed all the soldiers.
That's an international M tractor, in case you're interested. That's what it is.
Well, and they said he used real, like, models, you know what I mean? He had people come in, he probably had one right in front of him when he was doing it.
This is the interior of a submarine. And so, this guy down here is in control of this room here. The captain is up here in the conning tower. He has his firing solutions. He's giving it to this guy here. They're preparing the torpedo. Of course, it's going to go out and hit the enemy ships. About a year ago, I developed kind of this idea about technology. Now think about this. In 1903, and then again in 1908, right over here, Fort Myer, the Wright brothers demonstrated an airplane. And then in about 40 short years, you've modernized that airplane, and you can put it on an airport in the middle of the ocean. So that is really technology at its best. Here we have one aircraft carrier. Of course, you got this plane here on the deck of the aircraft carrier. Of course, they have fold-up wings to maximize the minimum area. Yeah, fighters and dive bombers are your two more prominent planes that you have on board the aircraft carrier. Some more of those Higgins boats. For those of you that have never seen how they work, this is how they work. The front drops down. You get wet a little bit and you go onto the island here. When you get on this island down here, of course, you're going from tree to tree to tree looking for the enemy, fighting the Japanese. And in some cases, of course, though, in contrast to the scene of the medics that we had on the other side, here we have 5 guys that have died. So of course their helmets are placed on the inverted weapons, and there will be a chaplain here. This, here is a POW camp, a Japanese POW camp, and these guys are being released out of this POW camp. It was captured by us, and I don't know how much you guys heard about what was going on in the Pacific area during the war, but if you got caught by the Japanese, it was far worse than being caught by the Germans. So, of course, these guys are very, very happy to be getting out of this camp. So, this being September the 12th, this is September the 2nd, so if this were 1945, you'd have scenes like this going on all over the country, because September the 12th would have been the end of the war in the Pacific, and then like the total end of the whole war. A couple months ago too, and you all can tell me if I'm right or wrong, I had a lady come through here and she says, I can tell you the dance that these people are doing. She said they're doing something called the Lindy.
Dance.
And so, it's a swing. So if you all know a different name for that dance, help me out.
Depends on how much they have to drink.
Huh?
Depends on how much they had to drink, what you call it.
Depending on how
That's only in Gretna.
But you have, of course, a newspaper up here that says the war ends. So right here and now is we want to release you guys for a little bit. So if you want to walk around, you can. But by noontime, what we want you to do is exit here.